gotta look good.
You
We have
do?
a
I love the
good
pink.
You look
Pink's
great.
my
You're
favorite color, so.
Thank you. I'm in a huge pink phase right now, and I think in the fashion world they are too.
Yeah, I mean, we're just going with the trends, it's fine.
Trend
I
followers.
actually bought a pair of pants that are very similar to your sweater. They're hot pink and they have pink hearts or they have white hearts all over them.
Then you need this.
I know, I need the pink sweater to match.
I'll ship it.
Okay, down. I'll give you my address. Well, awesome. All right, let's get into it. It is Laura from 104.1 KRBE hanging out with Meghan Trainor. I am so excited to talk to you. The last time we spoke was it was over the phone and it was like years ago. You didn't even get married yet. You were just about to get married. So it's
Oh my
been a
God.
long time.
Oh my God, I'm a new woman. I'm
Your
thriving.
whole life is different.
My whole life is different. I have a whole person that I made with my husband, a boy,
Yeah.
a son, and I'm married to Spy Kids. I've won. So yeah,
And you own that, and I love that you do.
thank you.
No, your son is adorable. I mean, you come up on my For You page all the time, so like, just kind of stalk you a little bit. But no, like, how has motherhood been for you? Let's talk about that.
The best thing ever. I wanted to be a mom for like way too long. Like at like 21, I was like, I'm ready, and
Yeah.
I just like in my life wasn't ready, but I found my man, and immediately after I found Daryl, I was like, we need to make more of us. And we did, and it's the best thing in the entire world. And my husband like never really had a dad growing up, so I don't it's just he's the greatest dad there ever was. Like that kid is everyone's like, oh, is he a mama's boy? I'm like, no, he's a daddy's boy. Like
Aw.
he loves his dad.
That is so sweet. And I feel like you've been so honest too about kind of what has happened during your motherhood journey and, your C-section scars and the stuff that people don't talk about. So I guess maybe share why you decided to be so honest about that and share that with other women.
Oh yeah, because I felt alone. I talk about my stuff because I just I was very alone during my pregnancy. I didn't have any pregnant friends at the time. And
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm one of the first in my friend group and in my work friend group to have a baby. So everyone was watching me like a guinea pig, like, now what do you feel? And I'm like, so it was very scary and alone. And after I got this mom group, and it's the best thing ever. And I wish I had them when I was pregnant. Like we all cried and we're like, why didn't we know each other then? But I talk about my C-section scars and the stretch marks that cross it because I struggled loving myself before. And after this, I'm like, wow, these are permanent now. So it was tough to like love myself again, but also feel sexy with my husband again ever. And he's like, these are the scars that made my baby boy. These are beautiful. And I'm like, I wish I could see them like you see them. That's very
Yeah.
cool. So it's something I'm working on. And I know there's other people out there struggling with that too. So I wanted to let them know same seas.
Yeah, well, I think that's important. I don't have any kids yet, but all of my friends have babies, so I'm the only one without them. I'm in the opposite position of you. But it's good to hear that because, my friends have reached out to me and, had those same insecurities and feel very alone. So it's like for someone of your nature to speak so publicly about that, I really think it helps a lot of women not feel so alone.
Yeah, life can be tough, and it's better when we're in this together.
Mhm. We obviously have to talk about the song, Made You Look. It's all over my For You page, the dance, everything. Did you come up with the dance?
No, Brooke and
Okay.
Jesse, that's her name, right? Yeah, I tagged them in like a few of the first ones. I gotta keep remembering to tag them because they're icons, legends. It's these two besties. They're in the UK actually. I didn't even know that until they messaged me like, "Hey, we're coming to LA soon," and I was like, "Wow, we should dance." And they did
Yes.
this incredible dance, and it was so cool how they're like in hoodies and sweatpants, and they have glasses on, and they're just like straight face, like no emotion. And I was like, "That's so baller! Like, we need to learn how to do this dance." It took me days,
Oh,
days.
yeah, always.
And
I feel like yeah.
I didn't know it'd pop off so much. And one of the videos I'm dancing with my managers and they were like panicking. They're like, wait, can we run it one more time? And I was like, guys, no one's gonna watch it. It has 30 minutes.
Yep,
They're
that's
like,
always me. I
so
don't ever post me dancing because I'm like, I feel like this looks easy, but it's not. Like I danced for 18 years of my life and I can't get TikTok
you
dance.
did.
Like,
They're
yeah, it's just
hard, dude.
it's
It's
different.
also like what side do you do when you duet it, it flips.
Yeah.
It was hard, but once you get it, this one I can do in my sleep now. So it's good.
Yeah. Well, last night your brother actually popped up on my For You page doing it, and
That,
I could he did.
you see me yelling at him on the
Follow him.
side.
Yes, I was gonna ask, was that you?
I was literally like, bro, if like, cause I do a podcast with him called Working on It, and
Yeah.
we're trying to pop off his social media, we're trying to be like, he's on the show as well. And I was like, we should do a dance for Working on It podcast. And he was like, well, you don't have glam on today, so let's reassess this tomorrow. And then I was like, well, then you do the dance on your page. And he was like, okay, but I don't know how to do it. And I'm yelling at him on the side, like, swing, swing, sleeve, sleeve. And he's like, now what? And it blew up. I called him that night. I go, oh, what's up, 1 million views? And he was like, dude, I should have practiced more.
Yeah, I think I saw your arm on the side and I was like, I wonder if that's Meghan.
It was. I was like, now dance. You could see my little head pop in the beginning going, oops.
That is so great. I love that so much. Well, I gave him the follow after that. A for effort. He did great.
Yay. Thank you. God bless you.
And I love that you do a podcast with him. I actually knew that, and it gave me the idea to do a podcast with my siblings because it's like such a different vibe. I feel like the relationship you have with your siblings versus your friends. Like you're friends with your siblings, but they just know you so much different.
Oh,
So
yeah.
how has that been?
And it's great because my brother calls me out. He'll be like,
Yeah.
you're disgusting. Or he'll be like, this is weird. And I hate, like, yeah, because he lives in my house. We're all like almost 30, and me and my two brothers live together. And it's very unique, but it's like something I would never trade for the world. And we get approached a lot of times to do a reality TV show, but not everyone in my family is like comfortable to be on television. So I was like, well, me and Ryan can do this, and we chat all the time. And honestly, it was a great excuse to have therapy with my brother, Like he recently went sober right when we started. So you can watch in all the episodes him like crumbling and then coming alive and turning into this gorgeous, healthy. He's never looked better. He aged backwards 10 years, and he's a better person, like
I
on
love
so
that.
many different levels. And it's a great platform to like force him to do therapy with me.
Yeah. Well, what has been your favorite episode so far?
Oh man, there's so many. We have like fun, like upbeat episodes, like with Brittany Broski. That one went viral. Like at first, we didn't get a lot of streams or listens or downloads. And Ryan's like, we should quit. Like no one's listening. And then we did one with Brittany Broski, and it popped off, went viral on TikTok. And I was like, we can't quit. This is working. And so that one's my favorite upbeat. And then the Dr. Drew episode with we also had Dr. Phil, Daddy Phil, love him, but we had
Hey.
Dr. Drew come on, and we literally had a what's it called when you realize an awakening or something, where we realized why Ryan was struggling so much, and it's because he had so much childhood trauma that he never unpacked. And we were
Wow.
like, oh my God, this makes all the sense. So it was like we literally are getting so much out of this podcast for ourselves, and we just hope it helps other people. And Ryan's gotten messages like, I went sober because of you. And I'm like, dude, you're
Wow.
saving lives.
Yes, that's amazing. And I think podcasts too, it's a different avenue from music. And it's just a way for you to kind of be introspective and really like look deep down into yourself, whether you're listening or doing it.
And it's really fun to have a place to give behind the scenes too. Cause I don't want to go on TikTok or Instagram and be like, oh my God, behind the scenes of this video was exhausting and blah, 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 blah. But it's nice to be on our podcast and be like, dude, remember this day? This day was crazy and no one knows
Yeah.
the truth. So it's great.
Well, and you're so personable and upbeat too. Like you have great energy. So I feel like a podcast is a great fit for you.
My house is always loud with laughs. So
Yes.
we were like, this would be a fun podcast, but we can also talk about real stuff. But
Yeah.
it's a good time. So thanks for talking about it.
I want to go back to you said your brothers live with you.
Yes.
So how has that been on your marriage and having a new baby?
At first, it was wonky when we were dating because they were like, hey, when's this guy? Is he here permanently or what? And I was like, yeah, he's moved in. And I was like, sorry, I didn't ask, but also it's my house. So
Yeah.
it's like there's weird boundaries. There's a lot of like my younger brother couldn't figure out how to do the dishes for years. And my husband would get upset and he'd be like, God, I'm just so sick of doing his dishes. And I'm like, we'll talk to him. There was a lot of fights on like what the air conditioning should be at, a lot of those annoying things, but it's honestly brought us closer together. And every time I think of them ever leaving, I literally cry.
Yeah.
And I want to trap them here forever. So that's
Yeah. Well, dishes fights are like typical roommate fights anyway. So if that's the
roommates.
worst of
Yeah,
it, you're good.
we're good. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get into the album Taking It Back, which did you know you were dropping an album on the same day as Taylor Swift, or was that
No! I would have never done that. No, I didn't know. And I saw her at Fallon and I literally apologized. I was like, man, I'm so sorry I took your special day. I had no idea. Nobody told us. And she was like, no, it's okay. It's this whole thing where I count to 13. I was like, no, 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 I know.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a fan. And I should have thought of that first. And I'm sorry. And she was like, I literally don't care. It's fine. I was like, okay, thanks.
I love that. Well, no, the album is amazing and it's so different because it's doo-wop, if people don't know. And that's something we just haven't heard in decades at this point. But you also put your own spin on it and made it a more modernized version.
Yeah.
So, where did you get your inspiration from that? What did you listen to leading up to making the album?
Oh, my dad. I mean, I listened to Tidal, my first album, but my dad, I was raised with a very cool older dad. He was like 43 when he had us, and my mom was 22 or 23, 22. I don't know. She was young. They're 20 years apart. So she would play like Madonna and 80s, and he would play like James Brown and funk and doo-wop and old school. So I had the best of the best growing up. And then I took all that inspiration and I put like my modern pop on it, and it created this like new great sound that was all about that bass. And then everyone like put me in a box, and that was like, you're the doo-wop girl. And I was like, but I do so much more. So I was trying to run away from that for so many albums. I was like, no, 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 I can do pop and I can do that, which I can. But then Tidal blew up on TikTok, and I was like, okay, let's give the people what they want. They want that doo-wop 2014, and I know how to do that in my sleep. And so we had so much fun writing this album, and we wrote Don't I Make It Look Easy first. Like, I was one of the first few songs, and I was like, okay, we got to beat this song because this is where the level is at.
Yeah. So, okay, let me just ask, are you coming to Houston soon? That's what the people want to know.
Yes, tomorrow. No, I
Yeah,
don't
I wish.
know. I don't know. I hope there's a tour in the future. I just don't know if I'm immediately getting pregnant or not. I'm trying to get pregnant, so if it
Oh,
works out, that would be cool. But I don't know if I want to like tour with a toddler with the belly.
yes.
I don't know if I can do it all. My therapist says I can do it all, but I don't know if I can,
I mean, Superwoman. It's your
Superwoman.
song. So, I mean,
Maybe I
yes.
can.
Well, hopefully we get to see you soon, or I mean, if not, we'll be listening to the album and enjoying it in the meantime. Good luck on getting pregnant again. That's amazing that you're expanding your family. I'm excited
Thank you
for
so much.
you.
I want
And
4 kids.
yeah, four. You want four?
Yes,
That's how
ma'am.
I'm one of four. So I mean, it's a handful according to my parents, but I
I
love
heard it's
having
loud, but I'm
siblings.
into
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's loud because we're all talking over each other trying to get attention. That's why.
right.
But awesome. Well, hey, thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thanks for
We
playing
love
with
you
me,
so
Look.
much here.
I
Of
love you.
course.
Thank you
And I'm
so
going to go
much.
practice the dance. Hopefully, I'll
Do
actually post.
it. Do a TikTok. You're a dancer. You can do this.
Yeah, thank you. I need all the support.
Yes. Okay,
Awesome. Well,
love
thank
you.
you so
Thank you for
much.
your
Have a
time.
great day. We
You
love
too.
you.
Bye.
Bye.